It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we've got some history in this battle of AFL alumni. It's the Jets and the Bengals on Sunday night primetime.
The Jets offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. A throw on the move is caught. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
That's just such a tough throw. I mean, that's all arm. Being able to get your body turned and throw back across your body. I mean, it's one thing if you're just throwing it a couple yards to a check down. But in this case, he's still willing and able to push the ball downfield. And there does come some danger when you throw back across. But in this case, it's a big completion.
What a run. He brings it to the red zone. Taken down inside the 20-yard line.
You know this defense worked all week defending this quarterback as a scrambler, as a runner. But sometimes it's just hard to simulate until you see him in real life. His speed, his ability to create. We saw him get him here early on the big scramble. He's able to pick up the first down and keep the drive alive.
Ball down to the 16-yard line. And it's 1st and 10. He's in. Touchdown, Jets.
And what a response by this offense. It's not easy taking the field, Mike, for the first time in the game, and you find yourself already down a score. They watch their opponent kind of march down the field and score on the opening possession, and they're able now to go out and square it on up. Allows you to take a deep breath, maybe get a little confidence for your defense to go out and get a stop, and they come over with this extra point. We got ourselves a tie ball game.
The Jets offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run, and it's Hall. Room to run at the 40. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. A big-time run there by Hall. 32 yards.
There's a combination of footwork and vision, his ability to kind of weave through traffic and understand where the holes were. It's a really nice job working through some bodies and picking up a big gain.
Back to throw. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete. We'll try again here. 2nd and 10. He'll drop to throw. And this ball batted away and incomplete.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes. So give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
So after 2 straight incompletions, here's 3rd and 10. That's to the right side. He's got Corley. First catch for him on this new season, and it results in a first down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
They'll look to throw again. Got his man at the 6. And he's in. Reese Hall. Touchdown, New York.
And that was just a great drive. Really, from start to finish, Mike, you could see the play caller just really finding his rhythm. Mix in run, mix in pass. Results in the touchdown pass, but really everything they did, the entire possession worked to perfection. When you can sustain the drives like that and come away with touchdowns, man, that goes a long way towards establishing your identity for the rest of this game.
The Jets offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. He'll get rid of it and complete it. And they are not going to catch up to him. He will score. 70 yards. Touchdown, Jets. Well, that was a pretty easy touchdown. He was wide open, Greg. Easy chance to close the deal, and they do with a touchdown.
And, Mike, it just appears to me that's just a breakdown defensively. You can't allow a receiver to not only be so open it's an easy pitch and catch, but then to have the space to operate after the catch to finish that one off in the end zone.
Back to throw here to begin the drive. Off he goes. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40.
The defense is going to have to come up with a plan for this quarterback using his legs, Mike, or it's going to be a long day. They knew coming in he was a threat, but I'm not sure they thought he would be this effective this early.
So from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. And he spots his target downfield. Great teamwork on the completion. Trying to get to that pylon. Not there, but very close. They'll mark him out at the 1.
Let's add that to the list of great throws we've seen out of this quarterback here in the first half. We thought he might be in line to have a good game, especially against this style of defense. But let's be honest, Mike, he's been more than just good. He's been sensational.
Well, here's the chance to cap off a great half. They have it 1st and goal. And he will fight his way to the end zone. Touchdown, New York. Initially looking to throw it for the touchdown, couldn't find anything, so Greggy takes care of business himself, using his legs for the touchdown.
Well, it was clear early on, Mike, that this defense was expecting the pass, and after matching all the receivers in the end zone, this quarterback realized quickly it was his legs that he was going to need to rely on to get the ball across the goal line.
They'll look to throw. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Back to the air once more on second down. Going up top. And this will be incomplete. He was looking for Malachi Corley. Now it's going to be third down. He'll look to throw. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. That'll change things. Out of bounds inside the 35. A huge play just before the half. Pickup of 46 yards.
The biggest correlation between scoring points in the NFL is your ability to generate explosive plays. And oftentimes, the best explosive plays in the passing game happen when the quarterback is outside the pocket, and great example of it here.
Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. Now whistles. Timeout, 3 seconds left in this first half. On 1st and 10, they'll set up to throw. What teamwork, the receiver coming back for the completion. And he'll be out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35-yard line. Sensational stats in this one, and now that pass gets him over 300 yards on the evening. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Now they'll set up to throw. That one knocked away and incomplete.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
A throw left side there, not going to find the target. Incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
Big gain for the Jets there. 33 yards.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
From the 1-yard line, 1st down and goal. They'll look to throw yet again. Good blocking, and he's in. Touchdown, Jets. And that is now a pair of rushing touchdowns. The quarterback giving it to them, Greg, with his legs in this one.
And we're starting to see, Mike, why this week this coaching staff told us they're encouraging this guy to do this more often. His ability to be a passer, but also a rusher, is an element to this offense that is hard for defenses to account for.
So now, out comes the offense, led by their quarterback as they take over once again. And we show you some of the highlights, and there have been plenty to choose from. 3 touchdown passes and some other big-time throws as well. Certainly dialed in and on top of his game right throughout this one. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. He'll air it out deep for Wilson. And he's going to take this one all the way. 70 yards. Touchdown, New York. Well, that is a quick drive and the best way to finish it. The touchdown pass downfield. Greg, you rarely see a deep shot like that to start a drive.
You're right, Mike. We don't see it a lot, but I wish we did. It's actually the most efficient and safest down to pass the ball. And in this case, the defense is thinking run, got a lot of defenders up in the box, and they're able to strike deep with a pass play for 6.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. He'll take a shot down the middle of the field. A big hole. And he will take this one in. 80 yards. Touchdown, Jets. They get the job done in the air. Greg, that is a play we see often. It's also a play we see work very often.
Mike, that 4 vertical route, it puts a ton of pressure on the secondary. But in order to do that, you have to give your quarterback time for those receivers to get downfield. Give credit to the offensive line. That's exactly what they did. They're able to take advantage for the strike.
From the 50, he'll set up to throw. He's able to keep his eyes downfield for the completion. And with that last throw, the record comes into focus. He has gone over 500 passing yards in this game alone. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Oh, he's got a man running with them, and they connect. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, New York. And that touchdown probably, Greg, ends any small hopes of a comeback on the other side.
Yeah, and I think those chances, Mike, were small to begin with, but with that last score, I think this one is pretty much over.
Throwing now on 1st and 10. He's going to tuck it and go. And the Jets have got a 1st and goal. He's out of bounds at the 4-yard line. Give him 11 on the scramble and give them a new set of downs. From the 4-yard line, trying to punch it in. 1st down and goal. They'll run. It's Hall. And he'll just get up inside those big bodies up front. And he's in. Reese Hall. Touchdown, New York. That his 2nd touchdown now here in the season opener. Greg, in the end zone again, I'm running out of different ways to say touchdown. They're doing it so often here today.
Mike, some offensive play callers, once they get the lead, it's just milk the clock and let's get out with a win. But not this coach. He is trying to score every single time they possess the ball.
To the air now on 1st and 10. This one taken in by Parkinson. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Another really nice throw right there, and as you can see the numbers he's been able to put up here, I'm a little surprised, if I'm being honest, Mike, with just how easy it seems to have been. It just seems like he's made every right decision every time that he's decided to throw the ball.
Look at that. Slinged it across his body and connected. His 8th reception of the game, and good for a first down.
Talk about a thing of beauty. Mike, did you see how many tight ends were on the field on that last play? They call it 13 personnel because there's 1 running back, 3 tight ends, 1 wide receiver. So everybody on defense is thinking run. They catch them off guard a little with the pass, and they take advantage of it.
And this is going to be a touchdown. They are going to extend the lead here in the final minute of play. So, this one a win for the visiting Jets. They move to 1-0, getting the victory to begin the new campaign.